Hello, this is Melissa speaking, and you are watching Melissa's Legally Blind World YouTube channel. Hey guys, now that my camera's working again, I can finally show you my creations, both growing up and now as an adult. No kidding. My first drawing was me at 5 years old and doing nothing but scribbles. But I don't have that, cause lost it to time. But anyway, here's my drawings. Okay, hopefully. Yeah, weirdly I'm still black. But I'm gonna, hopefully this is better. I turned up the EV level that it's called, where it makes you brighter. In fact, let me. Okay, this should be better. But anyway, back to the art. This. Let me turn on manual focus so I have control. Okay, I don't want to make you guys blind now. I'm sorry, I got manual focus on. I'm gonna focus this. And there we go. I have manual focus on, so I have control of the focus and you guys are not getting constant blurry in and out. Now this is my drawing from art class. It's basically where we had a lesson in shading. And it was framed. We learned about how to frame our drawings. And I don't know what size paper this is, but it beats 11 by 17. I learned paper length through measuring with my hands. And this drawing we learned a lot about shading and framing. Close up of the drawing there. This was art class. And this is a teenager drawing, so forgive the awkwardness of it. Keep in mind I was like 15 to 16. So I'm not the kind of artist that puts their work in a museum or anything like that. This is just, fun. And now on to my crafts. Now here are my crafts. And these are, stuff I made. I might do a Harry Potter variant, probably. Now that I'm getting back into Harry Potter after struggling to read through high school. But anyways, this right here is Kryptonian language, and if we open it up, we got this, teaching the Kryptonian language. This was me giving up for Harry, you could say, who's over there chilling. And it's basically all Kryptonese blah blah. And there's proof of me being able to write, but I would write it really big and thick and bold. As you can see right there. Now here's my DC 1 with LexCorp. And for any of you who are into DC, you'll know who LexCorp Industries are. And I tend to make my crafts really big, so I can clearly see them. Like this. Little ad from LexCorp, you know, as if they're giving out to new people. And this is their website. Right there. And this was when they were Luther Corp. And the transition to LexCorp. This is like a little makeshift ad, as if they were on the walls of LexCorp's, you know, halls, saying, "Hey, we provide this." And finally, LexCorp Industries, and that. It's hard for me to see a little bit. I would have to get closer, but check it out for yourselves. Now, that's a fictional address, so don't worry, I'm not doxing. Yeah. And this shows the progress of LexCorp. And how they compare to other corporations of the DC universe. Now, you guys have already seen this one. It's Hydra. You know, from Agents of Hydra, the season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where it morphs into Agents of Hydra, and you get this symbol. And this is like the Hydra Alignment Center, or wait, no, Hydra Headquarters. Hydra Homeland Strategic Defense. This is like teaching about Hydra, and it also is like a sign-up form. Now, I'm not as good as some others with making my own props. This is an example of my own props. And this prop, again, I'm not as good, but it's a slow, progressive process. I bet whenever I do my Harry Potter one, I bet that'll be miles better. Now that I got the drawing program on my computer, which is Autodesk Sketchbook, for you art nerds out there wondering what kind of program that is, but it's Autodesk Sketchbook. But this wasn't from Autodesk. This was from Word/Paint on the computer. This was long before I had Windows 10. And this is talking about the Hydra Enlightenment Center, its location, the care they offer, I think. You guys will have to read that, as that's small for my eyes. but I tailored it to sighted. I bet Hydra would have made one for the visually impaired too. Hence this big font right here. For the severely objectionate. And I give what it means. And Faustus therapy, blah blah. Quarantine and the trademark surrender and you'll find meaning in all the triggering words. And this is a pamphlet of the same thing. Yeah, you can tell this is Microsoft Word or Paint or something. Because my drawing program probably wouldn't do that. And yeah, this was long before I had any decent program like Autodesk Sketchbook. And this is like a pamphlet, and no, there's nothing on the back. I don't know how to print double-sided, so I'm just stuck with only printing on the one side. But anyway, this is what I imagine their motto. Yeah, it talks about the facility, where they're located, what they offer. Keep in mind this is amateur me. And I think that's the rehabilitation center. And I made up my own fictional condition in universe with dysplasia, which is like a twist on retroviral hyperplasia, but psychological rather than physical. If you guys seen the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, you know what that condition is, retroviral hyperplasia. And this is my own made up, you know. Here's how appointments go, blah blah. And this is quarantine. Let you all read that. Pause if you want to keep going. And this talks about Faustus. Dr. Whitehouse variant, that is. And yeah, so this is very amateur. This pamphlet is another one of those props that is semi-good, but not as good, you know, as probably how I might be now. I have yet to test how I do now, but you know, me now at 30, you know, going on 30 this May 13th, but anyway, this is the quarantine unit. Sighted nerds, feel free to read, pause and read. And again with the triggering phrase. explaining what the screen does. My own little take on it. The neurological effects, feel free to read. Sighted Geeks. And this I kind of made up, where it's like objection activity and the crazy ass brain waves, and ideal brain waves for Faustus, showing scientifically how Faustus may work. My own interpretation, if because Hydra's part science, so they're gonna probably have a science too. Oh, this works like this. And we got the patient records, which are a little bit on the amateur, but keep in mind this was long before I had a decent drawing program and had to rely on photos. Here's Christopher Adler. If you guys remember the scene, this is the scene where he is called for an appointment, like, hey, Christopher Adler, and he gets this face. So that's the specific scene. I don't want to say too much about that in case if any are brand new to it and haven't seen Ages of Hydra yet. But here's my makeshift form. Sighted Nerds, again, you can pause and read. And this is more Hydra-ness, but anyway, here's my favorite character, Carolyn Palamas. Her middle name is Lynn, for any of you who don't know that. Lynn. And I made my own backstory as to, she was born with a disability that makes her objectionate, but then trials and tribulations of Faustus later fail, but then she gets a neural controlling chip and it stabilizes her. So this is an example of my own lore, while keeping in line with the actual lore. As you can see, Sighted Nerds, you're welcome to, how it goes. Because I cannot read that without getting closer. But I'd rather not morph you guys into a magnifier too much. I don't want to make anybody dizzy. And this one, it's up to you, Sighted Nerds again. And here we go, neural stabilizer chip surgery, which it gets a neural stabilizer chip in my story arc here. This is like as if Hydra had her as a patient, and they put this in their record or something. Now the stapling isn't very good. Some had said, hey, there's a long reach stapler, but it's like, how do you use that? Yeah, because I wouldn't see enough to be able to measure, because with it you have to be able to measure visually, and I kind of semi-can't. I could measure tactily, but that'd be about it. Like if I count this piece of paper. It's nearly close to being 8.5. These weird ass staples, it kind of makes it shorter a little bit. And let me focus this again. And it talks about, you know, how she's recovering, doing better since the surgery. This is not any particular lore. The character is of the lore, but the storyline here of her having a surgery with failed Faustus is my own made-up piece of lore while respecting the canon at the same time. Because I am big on on Marvel. You can tell by my Ages of S.H.I.E.L.D. books underneath my tablet over there. Which I struggled to read a little bit and had to use my magnifiers because the font was like that small. But the lore in it is fantastic. The person who made it is phenomenal once I was able to read it with the magnifiers. I know you guys are probably straining. Not me. Yeah, I don't mean to. Yeah, I just figured I'd pause you guys while I focus so you're not bored to death with watching me struggle to focus. But yeah, as you can see, I had to rely on pictures because I didn't have the programs that I have now. Like Audio Disc. Yeah, like Audio Disc Sketchbook. But yeah, so this is a part I made myself. I did this to go on autofocus so I don't have to struggle too much. But there's my own makeshift prop again. This is a prop pamphlet I made. If Hydra were to be a real corporation, they would have obviously had these kind of files meant for the staff. Obviously civilians wouldn't have this, but just a little something I thought I made during the time. And here we have, sorry it's cut off, Hydra Alignment Center. And the survivors of quote objection, as Hydra calls it. And have the characters in the makeshift Hydra hospital right there. And again, nothing on the back. So here you go. This is the props I've made so far. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my drawings. I have a lot more, but this video would be crazy ass long, and I'd rather not bore you guys with my childhood drawings, because I bet some of you are like, how's your art now? Or if you look at my community wall, why am I so black? But if you look at my community wall, you can see how I've changed with my drawing skills on my drawing program, you know, in drawing. So if I were to make the same thing as I made with Hydra there, with Hydra with Hydra Strategic Homeland Defense with Harry Potter, I bet my Harry Potter one would be miles better. It wouldn't be like how I made those other props I just showed in this video. I bet it would be more professional, ish. But yeah, this is the printer I use. I cannot read the brand, so forgive me. But cited, feel free to take a look. That's the kind of printer I use. And this is the paper. This is the paper I use. I don't know if that counts as 11 by 17 because it's mammoth long, but yeah, I hope you guys like that little tour of my drawings there. And yeah, I bet if I were to make a Harry Potter prop, I bet it would be miles better, like more professional like, and not probably amateur-y, like those were. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little tour of my art and crafts. Thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed what you have listened to and watched. May the Force be with you as you enjoy my other content. I pray you like what you see and hear. And if you do like what I like, feel free to subscribe. May the Force be with you.